What is up, guys, and welcome back to Forest Green Career Mode. This is episode number 4, and now, finally, with the transfer window behind us, with it all set in stone practically and done, the focus now turns towards the league itself. Once again, 5 games for you here today, no distractions otherwise, no player problems, no management problems, nothing along those lines, just 5 games for you here as we try to get out of N-Power League 2. It's not even the N-Power anymore, it's the Sky Bet, but still. League 2 as quickly as we possibly can manage. We're going to start things off here tonight with a game. I believe it was against Cambridge. I wasn't exactly paying attention there right at the start, but anyway, yeah, it is Cambridge. So this is how we started away, and of course, if you paid attention to the last episode, right at the end of it, we suffered our first loss in the league to none other than Swindon Town, and now we've got to try and get back on the bounce here. Got to try and get back to those victories and try and stay in that top, that playoff spot in League 2, but it didn't look good very, very early on. If what I think was the first shot of the game, Cambridge take an early lead here. It's a lovely ball out to the right there. Bagayoko, who was there, should have been doing better, and that ball is played beautifully. They kind of dragged, I think it was one of the centre-backs so far out that they could stay on side. Ball's whipped in. Thank you very much. That is 1-0 for Cambridge. We tried responding there. I think that was Ben Brereton. Unfortunately, getting saved by the keeper. And Cambridge stayed on the attack here, as you can see. They were still going for it. Collins, though, making another excellent save. And Collins, this season, I'll show a squad report maybe in a few episodes' time. He has been on an absolute growth spurt this season. He's just been going up through the ratings, but sadly the same can't be said when mistakes like that are being made. A giant gap in the defence is created, almost like a crater there, for Deegan to knock himself down into and score a really nice goal, to be fair. A nice finish, to say the least, to put Cambridge 2 up on us, to give us the real problem. How that ball just rolls off that guy's foot and then to the Cambridge player is beyond me. Collins, maybe he could have done better there, but Deegan with so much space, so much time, there was nothing that could have gone wrong. And it really started to cast some doubts. It casted so much doubts, essentially, that as you can see, it's the 90th minute. We're still 2-0 down. Ball's played into Ben Brereton, and at least Brereton can salvage something from this game, keeping a goal record going for him, continuing to score. And that is just what Ben Brereton needed, to be fair. Even if we didn't get the 3 points, even if we threw this game away in the last few moments, Ben Brereton salvaged something great from it, and that was another goal to add to his tally. I'll have to show you it in a few episodes. It is absolutely mental how he's operating in this league thus far. But unfortunately, we lose another game. 2 losses in a row, sadly. Cambridge just had us in this one. They got those kind of lucky goals. I guess the second one was more lucky than the first. And they just kept us. They just kept us down, and there was nothing we could do to bounce back. You saw that goal late on, but that was, I think, just kind of a little blip in the flawless, you could almost say, system that Cambridge was operating. But we have to move on. Don't want to dwell on 2 losses in a row. We got to try and focus on getting our first win of this episode. And we come back home to the Ecotricity Arena to play Accrington Stanley, who I think were either very near or were bottom at this point in time. Not much going on for Accrington Stanley right now. And of course, we are still I think we were still definitely in the playoffs, without a shadow of a doubt. We may have dipped to 6th or 7th. Following this loss, but we were still in a good position, and with it being home, there was no reason why we shouldn't have been able to get a win in this one. Accrington, truth be told, yeah, they actually made life kind of easy for us, and you'll see why here. Marsh Brown early on, getting a nice run there into Brereton, goes way up in the air. James headers it back in, and Cooper there turns on the ball. The ball is now hugely turned on. It is so turned on, it is ready to explode. And certainly Gary Cooper, I don't even know if his name is Gary, I'm just saying it is, but he explodes it into the back of the net. You see this year, Brereton just boots into that guy full force. It's a great header by James, and Cooper, who's like maybe a reserve midfielder, is able to knock that in. Absolutely amazing to see that happening, and we take a very early lead as a result of it, and we continue on here against Accrington Stanley. Now, lovely ball by Chumasero into Ben Brereton. He's got time, he's got space, and he's got another goal to his name. Add that one to the tally. Ben Brereton continues on his form, and we get a little jiggy in celebration. As you can see, morale still as high as ever, celebration still ongoing. And yeah, wow. It has been an absolute walkover thus far. Kind of doing what Cambridge did to us just recently. Ben Brereton how he's able to knock that one in again. Just another simple goal, but it's so nice to see. And then we move on. It's not even the end of the first half yet. Accrington trying to make life difficult for Ben Brereton, but he's having none of it. He's feeling a brace. He wants a brace. He ball rolls past that player, and oh, it's 3. It is a brace for Ben Brereton once more, and he sends love our way. But if that didn't show how great our bounce back ability is, then I don't know what will. The keeper he was just all over the shop in this game, unable to do anything. Look at that, skills past the defenders if he wasn't even there. Ben Brereton in that top left corner, 3-0. Thank you for coming, Accrington. You might as well call it a day already. Sadly, they didn't. It wasn't even the end of the first half, and here goes Cooper once more, gives it a good boot. Sadly, though, it just went a little bit wide, and you'll see it here on the replay. Once again, this is like a 56 rated midfielder maybe, and he's putting on better shots than I think some of our strikers can. But we move on to the second half here, and look at how much space James has left in. He's got the time once more. He's got all the space he needs, and he plays it into Brereton. Hat-trick hero, Ben Brereton, for what I think is the first time since he's arrived to Forest Green. Wanted to go celebrate with the manager, wanted to go celebrate with Daddy ProJaked, but the game was having none of it. James there just running past the defender. I think we got skilled as well by Brereton for his second goal. Easy peasy, thank you very much. Accrington Stanley were done for at this point. They get a little attack going here, and they actually get a consolation goal. And you can just hear the sound of silence ringing throughout the stadium as they score that one. You take a look at it, it's a little bit of a questionable problems by the defense. I mean, it just goes to that guy's legs as if he wasn't even there, but it didn't really mean anything. We had a 4-1 win, but all the eyes once more were on the star that is Ben Brereton. The star shining ever so bright for Ben Brereton. 75% shot to goal ratio. What more could you ask for from this youngster? And he's still got a hell of a long way to go to make himself one of the stars of the future. We move on here to the Checkered Trade Trophy. We've got Coventry, who I think are also in this league. So, you know, a little bit of an interesting game. Helps us realise when we take on Coventry, if we haven't taken them on already, what kind of team they'll be. And you see Bagayoko getting himself a goal of all people. Kind of a bit surprising to see that one, considering the way I have team tactics set up. The fullbacks and the centre-backs never go upfield. So that was a little bit interesting. We continued on here. We were able to get it to a draw all the way to extra time. But sadly, we were knocked out of the Checkered Trade Trophy on penalties, which isn't that big of a bother for me, in all honesty, because the main focus here is the league and just getting out of the league. You know, it's almost a case of the less games we play, the better. We've got ourselves knocked out of 2 trophies now. We're out to the EFL Cup, we're out to the Checkered Trade. All we've got left is the FA Cup, and it doesn't bother me if we get knocked out of that one in our next game, in all honesty. Just means we can focus on the league, focus on getting out, and not have to worry about any freak injuries that could occur in those games. But now it is not time to focus on those trophies. It never is time to focus on those trophies, to be fair. It's always time to focus on the league, and this is one of the most important games of it thus far. Notts County, who are, 2 places above us. If we can beat them, of course, we will overtake them. We will go past them. And Notts County, the only team left in League 2 who are undefeated. Of course, it was both us and them. Then we went and lost 2 on the bounce. So we've got a lot of work to do here for Notts County, of course. About 300 feet away from Nottingham Forest. So a little bit of almost a homecoming for me anyway, not for anyone on this team. Maybe actually it would actually be for Ben Brereton. He's basically across the road from his home. Anyway, we except Ben Brereton, I don't think was playing this game. We had Deutsch up front, and you can see he didn't get off to that good of a start. Bit of a wonky shot. Liam Noble almost scoring that free kick there, doing a great job. The ball falls to Marsh Brown. He's there, and how Deutsch didn't put that one away either is beyond me. Should have scored that one. I really don't know how to pronounce the guy's name, so he's just Deutsch for now. Just go along with it. And as you can see, Notts County were kind of all over the place following that free kick, unable to get anything going, but they finally seem to get some kind of a counter-attack on the go here. Forte plays it in, and hits the side netting. It very nearly went in, and you'll see on the replay here, I thought for a second Collins made a really good save, but it wasn't actually. It just went wide. And here we go now. We've got Deutsch on the ball here, coming towards the end of the first half, and he whops it into the back of the net. Being the backup striker doesn't mean anything to him. He's still got the number 9 on his shirt, and he's still trying to prove that he deserves that one, that number. It is a really nice goal, to be fair. But Doidge is one of those strikers, I'm just going to slag him off right after scoring. He's one of those strikers where he scores screamers, but you ask him to do basic stuff and he just can't do it. You saw he couldn't put on a kind of simple shot in the first highlight, and in the second one he missed a rebound by just not being in the right position. It's a lovely shot, though, to be fair, to go in that corner. Maybe Ben Brereton could have scored it as well. Brereton, though, I think is just better than Doidge. But we move on here. Look at that ball in by Liam Noble there. Passing flair from a League Two man, and it is 2-0 as a result of it. I think was it Collins who scored that one? I'm not 100% sure, but whatever it is, it's 2-0. Look at the fancy flick there by Liam Noble. Beautifully struck there, and I believe that one is Collins, and he doesn't really have much worry, Collins doesn't. Getting into the back of the net, the Notts County defence did little to stop him, and it really surprised me how they were able to stay undefeated for so long, because it's 3-0 now as a result of that goal. I can't remember the guy's name for the life of me. I think it's Diarme who scores that one. We'll see in a moment. Oh no, Traore. Wow, I'm all over the place with names, as you can see, but it's Traore who scores, does his Dybala impression, and I mean, Ben Brereton almost scored a goal there. If the keeper didn't save it, and look at how much space Traore's got to walk into. That'll do that one. 3-0 win. Notts County are no longer undefeated. You're welcome to Notts County. They're not going to enjoy that one much, but we are going to enjoy that one, because it is another win here in League 2 to celebrate, and another win to be very, very happy with. We move on here now to the final game of the episode. Newport County back at home. Newport is, I mean, it's the Welsh team, and that's that. So, but you see in the table, they're not really doing that well either. They're down in 18th. We're in 3rd right now. Things are looking real good for us, and we are able to play one of our strongest lineups. The only player missing, Reece Brown. I believe he was a little bit, well, he was very silent in this episode when you look at it as well. Didn't see too much of Reece Brown, so I don't remember him being injured. I just don't think he just played all that well when we had him on the pitch, to the best of my knowledge. But anyway, get ready, strap yourselves in, because we've got an awful lot of certain things coming up for you. What are they called? Goals. That's it. Ben Brereton strikes first there with an absolute stunner into the back of the net. Brereton scores again. Almost as if he comes home to the Ecotricity Arena and he just cannot stop putting in goals, cannot stop scoring incredible shots. Didn't have time to show you the replay because, well, we just didn't have time to rest. Marsh Brown, he'll get his name on the score sheet. Why not? Lovely cross in, I think it was from Jean Carlos. And Marsh Brown's there. He goes to that corner flag to celebrate. Newport County, they're feeling a little bit left out. They want in on this goal fest. They can get in. 2-1. Mikulski makes it 2-1, and it's game on all of a sudden. But you know what? We've decided that we don't like the sound of that one. Ben Brereton. Yep, that's 3-1. Brereton just strolls past the defence to make that one 3, and then does some fiddly dabbing. But nevertheless, no time to celebrate, no time to get down to business, no time to just relax. We've got to continue moving on here. It's kick-off, essentially. We're moving on now. Oh no, it's the second half, my bad. It's Marsh Brown. He's having a bit of a run, bit of a stroll. Oh, it's 4-1. Look at that. How Marsh Brown scored that one is beyond me. They didn't even try to do anything to stop Marsh Brown. And to be fair, they still haven't stopped us yet. John Carlos making a run in. It's Figueira. He'll have his first goal for the club, thank you very much. 5-1, and Figueira can't even be bothered to celebrate it. 2 goals in 5 minutes there, and Day, oh, you're gonna wish you forgot this one. The defender there falls over in the box. Ben Brereton recovers it, whips that one in. Traore's there, and oh, it's a screamer by Traore for 6-1. 2-2 for him, and even he can't be bothered to celebrate his goal. 6-1 now against Newport County, and they are still feeling a bit left out. Mikulski will get himself a brace, and it's a really nice second goal. Shame from the sound of things, there's no fans he's celebrating it in front of. 6-2 now. And the goals are looking like they're continuing to rile on. Mikulski will bag a hat-trick for Newport County and makes it 6-3 with 5 minutes to go in this one. He can celebrate that a little bit. You know, a hat-trick is always a good thing to get. But you know what? We've had a lot of goal scorers. So let's have another one. Liam Noble runs all the way through to goal and makes it 7-3. just about 2-3 minutes after they made it 6-3. The game ends 7-3 to Forest Green Rovers. How? I have no idea, but that is the goal line we are dealing with. 7-3. But it's Mikulski who takes home the match ball. But you know, we take home a very dominant victory, and you see it there, 35 goals in 13 games. Absolutely mind-boggling, essentially, that we've scored that many already. But you see the problem, we've scored that many, but we're in second. However, we are only a point behind Swindon Town. Things starting to settle down a little bit, and things are starting to get very, very saucy in League 2. That'll end this episode of Cream Mode. I'll see you tomorrow for the next one. Thank you for watching. Take care, guys, and Sarah.